Hello and welcome to another Teacher's Corner. My name is Teacher Kirby, and today we'll be discussing Plasmonic Leech versus the Mako Shield. Plasmonic Leech is a ship console. What it does is every time you fire your energy weapons, it drains about 2 power from your enemy and applies it to your subsystems. This means that your weapons power, especially, is higher, so your weapons hit harder when you fire them. Okay, you'll see here that the Plasmonic Leech proc is added to my energy weapon. It is right under my 3 or 4 plasma damage consoles. Okay, so you see minus 2.4 all power settings per activation for 15 seconds, plus 2.4 all power settings per activation for 15 seconds. Okay, now Plasmonic Leech has been a standard in DPS builds for quite a long time, pretty much since its inception. But it has risen in cost. Gone are the days when you could pick up a Plasmonic Leech for 1,000,000 EC. Now they're running about 80 million energy credits, which is quite expensive for a single console. So there is an old but good trick, or not trick, but alternative, that I think a lot of players have forgotten about, and that is the Mako Shield. You can find the Mako Shield under your reputation, Task Force Omega reputation, and it is part of your space gear. So if you're a Federation, you'll scroll down to here are your Mako weapons, Mako Deflector, Impulse Engines, and Mako Shield. Now when I mouse over the Mako Shield, gives me the stats, and it says when hit by directed energy attacks, you gain +2 all power settings for 15 seconds. This effect stacks up to 5 times. That means you can get a total of +10 to all power settings for 15 seconds. Okay, whenever you are hit by directed energy attacks. Okay, now here's that's the difference. Plasmonic Leech is whenever you fire. Mako Shield is whenever you are hit. So this is why the Plasmonic Leech has won the battle as far as being the better alternative or the better choice. However, if you cannot afford it, you're saving to get one, you absolutely refuse to spend 80 million EC, which by the way I understand, this is a viable alternative. Okay? It only costs 40,000 energy credits, 34,000 dilithium, 5 Borg neural processors, and 1,000 omega marks. So it's relatively easy to grind out. You have to do a minimum of 5 missions, 5 advanced STFs to get your 5 Borg neural processors. Okay? That should give you pretty close to your 1,000 omega marks, maybe 500. Okay, so maybe you might need to do a few more depending on how many marks you get if you complete all the optionals, etc., etc. Okay, so it is relatively easy, short amount of time to grind out the Mako Shield versus saving 80 million energy credits for the Plasmonic Leech. Alright, so another thing to note here, and I'm going to switch to my KDF character to show you where it is on their reputation because it does go by a different name. The thing to note here, there are a couple things to note here while I'm changing tunes, and that is one, the Mako Shield and the Plasmonic Leech cannot be used together. Cryptic has made it so that their procs cancel each other out, and you will get benefit from neither the console or the shield, as long as the shield and console are slotted together. Okay? So, for the KDF tunes, because I know there are KDF players out there, you want to look under your Task Force Omega again, but this time, because KDF, their main set is called Honor Guard, you actually want the Adapted Honor Guard, because Adapted Honor Guard is the same as the Fed Mako. And when I mouse over it, there it is. When hit by directed energy attacks, you gain +2 to all power settings for 15 seconds. This effect stacks up to 5 times. Okay? So, there you are. You can use either the Adapted Honor Guard or the Mako Resilient Shield Array as an alternative to the Plasmonic Leech. Just remember, you need to be getting hit in order for the proc to take effect, versus where the Plasmonic Leech, anytime you fire, the proc takes effect. Alright, this has been another Teacher's Corner. You can hear the discussion live on the show Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.